All right. Ah, yes, another mass shooting, of course. It's 9 now, it's not 8. This is from yesterday. You know, if you take a 3 and a 3 and you push them together, you would make an 8? Let's see what we got here. Always the same scene. They got the cameras ready for the cops running in with their machine guns or AR-15s, whatever.
Before an army of police officers arrived.
An army of police officers who were there in seconds.
PD has multiple
because they work right across the street. Because, like, who would go and, I don't know, shoot up a place where there's a police station right across the street? Code 3.
It's code 3.
The lone gunman, an employee at the Santa Clara County Transportation Authority, killing 8 people and leaving others.
Oh, what do we got there? Oh, nothing, just a 33. Right there on their newscasts.
Injured. Many, if not all the victims, believed to be co-workers. Officers followed the sounds of gunfire, cornering the suspect in a room.
They went into the building while the shots were still being fired and confronted the suspect.
And the suspect then took his own life. Yes. The chaos unfolding at 6:30 a.m. in San Jose, near the
6:30 a.m. 666.
rail yard's maintenance and dispatch center. Even with the suspect down, the threat wasn't over. Police feared explosive devices may have been inside a nearby building. The bomb squad methodically working around the active crime scene to clear the area.
The bomb squad is pretty much activated, and they're searching every crevice of.
This guy's got purple on. They always do. There's always some purple involved. Purple tie. This guy's got pink in his tie.
The whole building.
Just a few miles away, the gunman's home engulfed in flames, likely set on fire, police say, shortly before the mass shooting. With no motive released and the victims not yet named, before the mass shooting. With no motive released and the victims.
I mean, it's a 3 and a 3. That's how I see it, at least.
Victims not yet named, anxious family members were desperate to find loved ones, like this man, Michael Hawkins, looking for his mother and speaking.
He's not looking for his mother. What are you talking about? He's talking to the news. This guy isn't looking for his mother. He's talking to the news. He's not that worried.
To our local NBC station, KNTV.
She just gave me a call saying that stuff was going down and somebody.
And you're going to run right to the camera crew.
Was shooting. She dropped her phone.
The Santa
How do you know she dropped her phone? You weren't there. How do you know she wasn't shot and killed and that's why her phone dropped?
Jose massacre, now the 61st mass shooting in the U.S. in the month of May alone.
Begs the damn question, what the hell's going on in the United States of America?
You people can't stop, staging events. That's the problem. The Democrats took over. Duh. Like, we told you this was going to happen. For those deranged conspiracy theorists you always trash, they sure as hell are on point a lot.
What's wrong with us?
Tonight in
A lot's wrong with you. A lot.
haunting scene, all too familiar, 8 families have.
Oh, yeah, let's get that black and white. I don't even know what the hell that is on her mask. Probably a picture of George Floyd.
Lost loved ones after another senseless shooting. All too familiar,
Black and white.
8 families have lost loved ones after another senseless
Black and white. That's even the checkerboard pattern, too.
shooting at the workplace.
A tragic scene in San Jose, Miguel, but we've learned that police response was extraordinarily quick.
Yeah, it was so quick because they were standing right across the street, waiting for the cue, waiting for the signal. This is so ridiculous, and I'm going to show you a clip that they aired today that I don't think they talked about yesterday.
Yeah, Lester, the police department and the
What, did your grandmother knit you that tie? The hell?
sheriff's department is literally across the street from the scene
Literally right across the street.
of the shooting. Officers arrived in seconds, likely saving lives.
Seconds. Cops got there in seconds, likely saving lives. Oh, I don't think so. 9 are dead. I mean, who would go and do a shooting where there's a police station right across the street where they could get there in seconds?
We're told the suspect had at least one handgun on him. Lester.
All right,
That's it. He killed 9 people with a handgun. Okay. It's totally believable.
Miguel, thank you. And President Biden just tweeted, he says, we are still awaiting many of the details of this latest mass shooting in San Jose, but there are some things we know for sure. There are at least 8 families who will never be whole again. Every life taken by a bullet pierces the soul of our nation, the president saying.
God, shut up, dude. He always has these scripted lines that make him sound like such a nice, genuine man. Oh, my God.
We must do more. And tonight, the president also calling for the country's intelligence agencies to...
All right, let's check this other clip out. All right, you ready for the typical shit after a mass shooting? What do you think I'm going to show you? What do you think it's going to be?
Variably find out, oh, there were all sorts of signs. And so, Supervisor Chavez, I know that you say that there had been an active shooting training. I mean, this is what, of course, our all...
Not a drill. Training. Training. You realize that you probably fucked up. You probably shouldn't have said training. Oh, we're training for a mass shooter. Why are you training? Why don't you have drills for that? You're training to get shot? You work at a rail yard.
Of our lives have come to is that we have to engage in these because any of us could be victims at any time.
Oh yeah, any of us at any time, at any second. Me making this video right now in my house, a stray bullet's gonna come from inside the window and hit my head and I'm gonna die. Get the fuck out of here with this crap, man. They push fear so hard. Still, there's 232 mass shootings this month alone. 322.
But you do credit that with saving lives.
Yes, I do. And also that the sheriffs were able to get on site so quickly, in part because of their proximity, that the sheriff...
And their training through the drill that they were running with them. You know, like seriously. Oh, they had training? Oh, and there's a police station right across the street too? Oh my God. So the guy who worked there knew that they went through mass shooter training drills and there's a police station across the street and he was still like, yep.
Quarters is right,
I'm just going to go here with a handgun.
Right next to the Guadalupe light rail yard where this occurred. And they were so quick, they were there so fast that they heard shooting when they got on scene. The perpetrator actually took his own life when...
Right. They always seem to do that.
2 sheriffs came into view of him. And so I do think that the speed of the response and the training saved lives.
Yeah, the drill. The drill.
You know, I mean...
The training.
Thank God that the...
Training went through. You know, thank God they trained for this. And, you know, 9 of them died.
Authorities were right next...
Great training. You're 0 for 9.
Store, basically. Or it could even...
0 for 9 with a police station across the street. That's probably the worst training day ever. Terrible job. Close the entire company down. You're not competent.
Been worse. Well, Senator Dave Cortese and Supervisor Cindy Chavez, thank you both very much. Again, our thoughts.
Yeah, Cindy Chavez, CC 33.
With your community.
Thank you.
Yep. CC. And where? CC. All right, see what else we got. All right, this isn't just about these purple gloves that they always have on and their purple booties.
Like shift for the White House that just yesterday said any investigation should be run by...
Yeah, show that flat earth map on the national nightly news.
The World Health Organization. The president...
This CGI graphic of COVID. Everybody keeps seeing this. They keep showing this nonstop. Constantly brainwashing people with this image.
Revealing that...
Look, this one moves and spins. Like your Earth.
U.S. intelligence is currently split over 2 possible scenarios, both with low or moderate confidence.
What does COVID and the ball Earth have in common?
2 agents...
They don't exist.
Suspecting...
Look at this crap.
This is currently split over 2 possible scenarios, both with low or moderate confidence. 2 agencies suspecting it came from human contact with an infection.
Let's make some sweet COVID graphics. I know this is the #1 thing for the empty chairs at the dinner table, but let's make it really pop out. I want like multiple ones of them. I mean, they got to be spinning. Let's get the top graphics. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
An animal, and another leaning toward a laboratory accident. It comes after a U.S. intelligence...
Remember when these were conspiracy theories and you'd get in trouble for saying these? And now they're pushing them as real stories.
Found
Distraction.
that 3 researchers from the Wuhan Institute of Virology became sick with COVID-like symptoms and even went to the hospital right before the pandemic began. Former President Trump endorsed the lab leak theory more than a year ago when asked if he'd seen evidence giving him a high degree of confidence.
Yeah, and CNN spent 2 weeks calling him a buffoon for saying this.
That
And now the television's pushing it.
the virus came from the lab. Yes, I have.
Whatever. What else we got? And what are the odds of this bullshit with the George Floyd memorial on the 1-year anniversary of him being sober? I mean, dying or whatever.
Minneapolis, as people gathered to honor George Floyd on the 1-year anniversary of his murder. At least 30 shots rang out right at the area designated as George Floyd Square, and those shots had people running for cover.
By the way, this guy's reaction is delayed and fake. It's a green screen. There's no way he was there, and those shots went off, and that's what his reaction time was.
There was some gunshots.
A TV reporter scrambled
Like, they're not even showing it from the start on TV.
for cover as shots rang out at George Floyd Square today.
This bill of comprehensive police.
Oh, yeah, here we go. There's a couple of shots. Everyone in the background reacts. This guy just, nothing. I'm a professional.
Reform.
AP reporter Philip Crowther
Did a car backfire?
reporting live in front of the now famous intersection where Floyd was killed. Suddenly,
Yeah, like, seriously, this is where he was killed. This is a year later. It's the anniversary, and this is what's going on. There's a camera crew there. Yeah, it's so real and random.
gunfire erupted. ABC reporter Alec Prescia was also there. You can hear the panic in his voice as he takes cover behind a car.
Sounds like there may be some trouble there in Minneapolis.
According to the police,
Trouble in Minneapolis? No way.
the shots were fired from a car that sped away.
It's dark MTV going on between 12 and 13.
This for George Floyd, motherfucker.
One
Oh, yeah, check out the purple on the screen or the light that they're using. That's definitely purple. 100% purple. Gotta get that purple in there,
person was injured. The motive is
I pointed this out, too. There's a bus in the background. It's got a big old capital CC 33.
unknown. The gunplay failed to mar a solemn day, the first anniversary of
Then you show this, George Floyd with the Freemasonic bricks behind him.
Floyd's death. Across the nation, there were
Nelson? Got the son in his name.
marches and memories. In New York, traffic at the Holland Tunnel was blocked for 9 minutes. The length of time disgraced police officer Derek Chauvin's knee was on Floyd's
And then they show this picture that happened right before coronavirus was a thing. And what's in the background? Oh, it's just Corona. Come on.
neck. George Floyd's family was in Washington, D.C. today, urging
I made a video about this and I didn't post it because I think people would have been upset with how I was speaking in it. But, I think it was good. And I was focusing on this lady. I should put some of it in this video I'm making. I think I will.
Congress to pass police reform legislation.
Lots of purple there, too.
Scary stuff. Later in the broadcast, we'll take a look at how George Floyd's murder changed history beginning 1 year ago
Oh, it changed history? Why? Because you guys forced it and said it and just brainwash everyone with it?
today. Other news
All right. I don't know. Let's see what else we got.
Import as what they're asking for in terms of some police.
A creepy ass picture of your brother who died. What the fuck is that? It looks like a demon. Look at that. It's George Floyd as a zombie. This is just.
Reform, and they just want the same treatment. They want Congress.
Look at her. And look at the scar on her head. Look like someone put a cigarette out on her top of her forehead. Or put a cigar out in it. I mean, yeah, you really care about this. You really look into it. You're thinking about that next drink, aren't you?
For in terms of some police reform, and they just want the same treatment. They want.
She just nodded off.
They're asking.
She's like laying on his arm. Big, strong black man. I love these guys. I love when they come here. Mama's taking you home tonight.
For in terms
Just thinking about
of some police reform. and they just want this
Hey.
same treatment. They want Congress and lawmakers to be able to come together on reform, and they just want the same treatment. They want Congress and lawmakers to be able to come together on this because so many lawmakers say they want this, say this is the right
She's got the shit on her eye.
time, and they want to, I mean, the deadline has passed today, but they are still hopeful that they will be able to have some bipartisan push on all of this. And a lot
She does not look good.
of that comes from, are still hopeful that
There's something growing on her eye.
they will be able to have some bipartisan push on all of this. And a lot of that.
And I just wanted to point this out real quick. In numerology, X equals 6. So behind George Floyd's brother is an X, an X, and an X. So that equals 666, just like triple X porn, 666. F and O also equals 6. So Fox News, the Fox Racing Company, Fox equals 666. So I just wanted to point that out.